Well, I love as people send these in. We started doing a normal or nope a couple weeks ago, and then I get so many text messages every single week. People want to get us discussing whether or not their behavior is normal or not, and I just haven't run out of new texts, so I'm going to try to get through these. So we'll keep doing this until I run out.
It.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Because there's a lot of things in my life I always wonder. I go, is this normal?
Yeah.
I should start writing these down and kind of asking y'all.
You should, yeah, because you'd have a few. Yeah. One person wanted to know, normal or nope, drinking straight from the milk carton. Normal or nope. As a kid, I did it. We don't have milk anymore in my house. It was gross then. It's gross now. And I would not drink from the milk carton. But yeah, when I was a young fat kid, I used to chug milk.
Everybody backwashes, correct? There's nobody on the... If you drink something, there's going to be a little bit of backwashing no matter how hard you try not to.
I think if you did an experiment, you would find that some of the liquid has touched your lip and added bacteria back into the beverage. Is that normal? Do you think a majority of people do that?
Nope.
Okay. What about eating cereal with water instead of milk?
Oh, nobody does that, right?
I don't know if nobody does. It's not normal. I would say somebody's asking because I think they do it.
Totally. No,
it's
Kevin's
gross,
right.
So it's really gross.
It's disgusting.
Ugh.
Even doing it with orange juice is gross. I've done that before as well, and it's not awesome.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's a nope as for normal, but people definitely do it.
When I was a little kid, we had this thing. It was called powdered milk, and it was a powdery substance. You would add it to water, and I remember as a very young, I used to have my cereal with that, and it tasted like water. And it was so gross. It was like white water. It was just awful.
No, the milk really can make or break the cereal. I remember growing up, we never had a refrigerator that really worked well. Yeah. And then in college, I got a refrigerator that was so cold. And I would remember eating cereal and the milk being cold. Talk about elevated dishes. It elevated my Fruit Loops or my Fruity Pebbles to the next level. Cold milk is so important to cereal.
Okay. Drinking pickle juice, is that normal or nope?
Nope.
It's not normal. People do.
People do.
Because it's what? It's about electrolytes or something like that. Pickle juice, I guess, is even maybe good for a hangover, I think I've heard.
It's also good as a chaser to a shot. It's called a pickleback.
They're awful.
If you order a shot and you say, I want a pickleback, that means that you're going to get your shot, and then you're going to also have a shot of pickle juice to kind of wash it down with.
Right, okay.
My girlfriend does that all the time.
They're not my favorite. That's one of them drinks I think you do when you're already kind of drunk. And you're like, yeah, sure, I'll do a pickleback. I don't think you ever want to start off with picklebacks.
Okay. Okay, is this normal or nope, putting ice cubes in your wine?
I think it's acceptable if your wine is not the temperature you want it to be and you're okay with diluting it a little bit. Like, I know people get all up in arms about it, but for me, it's more about having a better experience when you're drinking this wine. If it's not chilled properly by whoever is in charge of chilling it, you should be allowed to put a little ice in it.
I'm not going to lie, though. You wine drinkers, we got to talk about something. Y'all drink some warm-ass wine, and it's gross. Red wine that's warm, that is so disgusting.
I like my red wine a little chilled. I just prefer it with a chill in it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to drop ice cubes in red wine, but I totally drop ice cubes in white wine and champagne.
You get down more on the red or the white wine?
I do more red now.
Is it just because of health reasons or taste?
More health.
Because red wine is not as good as white for
taste.
It's
not. It's an accustomed kind of taste, and it's thicker. It's kind of like drinking milk on a hot day sometimes.
Man, but wine makes my body warm and fuzzy.
He says he gets a case of the I'd like to be romantic.
A case of the hornies. Oh, yeah. Doesn't everybody go on wine? Isn't that how
No.
Really?
Wine affects you very specifically in that way, and you've talked about it a lot.
You never get the H's on the wine. The horns.
I mean, no, I wouldn't say never.
Huh.
But not so specific as you.
Yeah.
Odd.
Could you see him standing erect in a wine bar?
Remind me to never bring him to a wine tasting.
We might have to remove that guy in the corner over there. He's
you can't
kind of
stand
weirding everybody out.
You can't stand next to him.
Okay, normal or no? Putting ketchup on scrambled eggs.
Disgusting.
I'm going to go normal on
Normal.
that.
I think it's normal.
You're gross.
I think Virginia's in the minority on that.
That's gross. Now, I'll give you hot sauce on scrambled eggs. That's delicious.
Okay. Yeah, but ketchup's not that far off.
You're coming in with a very big ketchup attitude. So I don't know if you hate ketchup.
I do.
Okay, what about ketchup on your mac and cheese?
Oh my gosh, let me just tell you.
I don't think that one's normal, but I think
it's not normal.
people do it. Okay, that's a nope.
But there's a kind you can do where you cook it in the oven, and when you cut it open, the ketchup kind of oozes out. It's part of the ingredient, and it looks cool, and it tastes even better.
Okay.
I know. It's a controversial move. I get
Yeah.
it. Ketchup and the macaroni and cheese cooked inside of it.
How do you feel about this? I put sugar in my spaghetti sauce. Is that
That
normal
could
or
be.
no?
It's not normal, but it should be. It's good.
I put one time cocoa powder, and it was sweet cocoa powder. There's a brand called Abuela, and it
grandma.
made it so nice.
Okay.
Panda likes it sweet. My baby got a sweet tooth, so if I make
Yeah.
a sweet sauce, he's digging it.
Loving it.
I am in love with sweet sauces. I like it sweet, and I fully endorse that.
Okay.
I also like putting some sweetness to a ketchup, like a syrup.
Syrup with your ketchup.
Yes.
That's not normal.
It's not normal, but it should be more normalized in this country.
Okay. All right. See if anybody wants to try that this weekend. Give us a report after the weekend. And what about this? Normal or nope? Using scissors to cut your pizza slices.
It's not normal. It's not normal. It's actually, I think it's
So
annoying.
weird.
It's annoying.
I've seen it done before, and
Really?
it's not a bad idea. It seems bizarre. Like, what are we doing? But I got to argue, it's pretty effective.
It is a peacocker's move, which I should like, but I've seen it misused.
You might even argue that scissors work better than a pizza cutter.
Nah.
No, there's no
That's-
way. A pizza cutter is amazing.
I see what Kevin's doing. He's trying to throw a kind of pizza calamity in the pizza universe.
Yasik says they use scissors in Italy for their pizza in the
Well,
home country
of
where
course-
it was invented.
Of course I don't like it. I'm a terrible Italian.
Yeah, people are jumping in on it. They're saying, yeah, it works, Kev. So easy. Thank you, Canadian bacon. Okay. Just a thought. That normal or no? Maybe you should try it. A couple ideas in there.
So just regular scissors?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see this going terrible for the bird.
Yeah?
Okay, I'll cook a frozen pizza and then I'll cut it and we'll see what we do.
Yeah.
We'll see how
it goes.
good
You
it
just use it and kind of like you were cutting, fabric.
that pizza's going to be on the floor.
I don't.
He's going to drop
You
it.
think?
It's too much.
I don't think it's a good.
The thing about the pizza cutter is the pizza remains flat and safe on the counter, and you roll the pizza cutter across the top of it. As soon as you pick up the scissors, then you have to pick up the pizza, and then it's a
lightly
whole
lift it. Lightly lift it. Slide the scissor right underneath and just start cutting like you would fabric.
All this
calamity.
All this
Nope.
pizza talk is just getting me going. We had all this bagel talk yesterday. Well, guess
Yeah.
what's on the way? Pizza bagels.
You look like you just drank a glass of wine.
How pissed would you be if your pizza bagels show up and they're scooped?
I made sure I did not hit that. It's one of the options.
Is it
was.
really?
It was one of the options on the breakfast thing.
Stuff's all
Scooped
everywhere
bagel.
now.
Scooped bagel.
For a pizza bagel.
It's
Yeah.
anti-American.
Oh, they're calling.
They're calling you? Oh, your breakfast is here? Oh, your delivery
gotta
driver
go.
is trying to
I gotta go.
contact
I'll be
you.
back.
Okay. All right. There's an emergency.
And
There's
he's
an
gone.
emergency.
When he runs out without his keys, lock the door.
You'll have to eat it on the front stairs of the building.